Izati dah mula record ke belum ya? Dah, Ain boleh mula sekarang.
Welcome and a very good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. The theme of our webinar is Science and Environment, and the topic that we are going to talk today is a very interesting topic, which is types and factors of pollution in Malaysia. I am Ain Najwa, your moderator for today, and with me are the four panelists. The first one is Teacher Mariatul Fitria from SMK Fair Johari. The second one is Prof. Zulkarnain. The third panelist is Dr. Abdul Manaf, lecturer from Sultan Idris Education University. And the last panelist is Prof. Nik Nur Shazwani from University Malaysia Kelantan. Ladies and gentlemen, countries' strengths are measured by its politics, economic, and social. But beside this, environment change is needed in Malaysia for the better future development. Educate and lead Malaysians to more value with the environment, while government should protecting and preserving the environment. Malaysia's biggest problem is the environmental pollution. Although people already know how harmful these things are, but they still go on. The three main pollution that happen in Malaysia are air pollution, water pollution, and land pollution. Mostly pollution effect by the air conditioner that release CFC gas, rubbish that been thrown to the river and open burning. All of this pollution uh, will be linked to all kinds of disease, sickness, bacteria, and virus. For an example, lung cancer that will happen to people caused by breathing the polluted air that been created by Malaysians themselves. So without wasting any more time, I would like to invite the first panelist, which is Teacher Mariatul Fitria, to give her opinion about air pollution. What is air pollution, the factors and the effect of air pollution?
Thank you, moderator. So my name is Mariatul Kipta binti Nur Muhammad Yusri from SMK Johari. I'm a science teacher. Today, I will talk about air pollution. So, air pollution is contamination of the indoor or outdoor environment by any chemical, physical, or biological agent that modify the natural characteristic of the atmosphere. So, for this statement, we can see that air pollution about two things. For number one is indoor environment. For number two is outdoor environment. But today, I don't want to talk about outdoor environment because indoor environment more dangerous than outdoor environment. When we talk about something dangerous, we will think about factor. Why did that happen? So factor for indoor environment, for number one is asbestos. Asbestos can be various material used commonly in the automotive industry as well as home construction. They are most commonly found in ceiling, fan, building material, floor tile. For number two is formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is a caloric gas with characteristic pungent smell. For number three is radon. Radon is also can make factor for indoor environment air pollution. Radon can get into your wall of your home and put both you and your family at risk. For number four is tobacco smoke. Tobacco smoke can come into indoor and outdoor areas and also can be a air pollutant. For the lastly is biological pollutant. biological pollutant as virus, bacteria, and another as many other contaminant, and this can make contaminant make sick. So when we talk about factor, of course we will talk about effect. Have factor, have effect. So effect for indoor environment from my researches, from journal, article, portal like WHO, World Health Organization, I can conclude that effect for air pollution indoor environment is it can cause a very serious heart problem like lung cancer, asbestosis, respiratory irritation, throat, eye or nose, any other type of disease and any other type of cancer. For the solution, for the solution is improve indoor air quality. Maybe the best thing we can do is quiet smoking or make anti-zone smoking at home because smoking of the one common type of air pollution. So that's all from me. I will give back to moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Teacher Maria, for your great sharing. There is a nice suggestion from Teacher Maria, which is improve indoor air quality by quit smoking. Next, I would like to invite Prof. Zulkarnain to give his speech about sound pollution. What is sound pollution, factors, effect, and the solution to prevent sound pollution?
Hello, are you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Aban Zulkarnain. Okay, today I would like to share about sound pollution. But we have to know not all the sound is a noise pollution. The World Health Organization (WHO) defines noise above 65 decibel or dB as noise pollution. To be precise, noise becomes harmful when it exceeds 75 decibel and becomes painful is above 120 decibel. So the factor of the sound pollution is first one. I will share you about three factor. Okay, the first one is traffic noise. Traffic noise account for the most pollution in the cities. For example, a car horn produce around 90 decibel and the bus is around 1000 decibel. So 60% sound pollution in the city is came from the traffic noise. The second one is construction site. Building and car park construction and road pavement resurfacing work are very noisy. It gives a pneumatic drill produce 1010 decibel. So it is meaning not not only a sound, but it gives us a very a noisy sound. And the third one is animal. Animal noise made by animal noise also unnoticed, but it can give us a noise pollution. For example, a howling and barking dog can produce around 60 and 80 decibel sound. For the effect, as well as it damaging our hearing by causing the sound pollution, constant loud more can damage human health in many ways. Here is the sum of the main reasons. First, physical, respiratory agitation, raising pulse, high blood pressure, headaches, and even heart attack. our physical will give us more disease because every day we hear a sound pollution like yeah we live in the city, so we hear every day traffic noise, so our sleep can be disturbed. The second one is physiological. Noise can cause attack of stress, fatigue, depression, anxiety, and hysteria in both animals and humans. So for the solution is we have to awareness of noise pollution is essential to beat this invisible enemy. Example, we have to avoid a very noise area. Option for alternative means we have to choose transport like bicycle, public transport. So it give us a option to live happily, to live to live with family and friend. So yeah, we in the green area. It is decreased around 10 and 20% sound decibel. So it is in our hand to choose to live happily or not. So I think it is enough from me. Okay, I give to the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Zulkarnain. It is clear sight from the second panelist. So how about the third panelist, Dr. Abdul Manaf? As a lecturer, what is your opinion or insight regarding our topic today? What is soil pollution, factors and effect of soil pollution?
Okay, thank you for moderator. Today I want to speak about soil pollution. Soil pollution is to the presence of cinema or other in the natural of environment. It is actually caused in industrial activities. Activities agronatural, cinema, waste disposal. The most of chemicals involved are lead and other heavy metals. Okay, the factor soil pollution we have three. Number one, first, garbage disposal. Dumping of rubbish and sewage is one of the cause the soil contamination. There are two methods of disposal, that of practical method of and burning method. Second, disposal of toxic and nuclear waste. Toxic and nuclear waste will also so we also should contamination too when waste is toxic and nuclear has contaminated in to in of the soil, then then it will the quality of the soil to deteriorated. Okay, number three, deforestation. Deforestation will also soil contamination. Forest areas are cut for obtaining low that uh, that have a good profit. Okay. This will the soil structure to become loose as um, as a landslide will part the life will part the life in the people living in near at risk area. Okay. Cause soil pollution, soil damage, and its quality also impact that will rise when soil combination cost. Okay, the last my solution, uh, environmental education is uh, is of the method to overcome the problem of soil pollution. Therefore, with the uh, availability um, availability of time on the issue of pollution of natural, the general public will be in addressing the pollution problem. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abdulmana, for the clear opinion. I would like to invite the last panelist, which is Prof. Nur Shazadi, to give her opinion about water pollution. What is water pollution, factors, effect, and prevention for water pollution?
Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, and
Okay. Okay. Thank you to our moderator for invite me to talk about the water pollution. Okay. As we know that water is an important basic need in our lives. But many of us still don't aware of it and still like to pollute the water everywhere and with many other things. Yeah, what can I tell is water pollution. What is water pollution? Yeah. Water pollution is a release of substances in the bodies of the water that make the water unsafe for us to drink and also can disrupt the aquatics of the ecosystems. Water pollution also can be caused by the plethora of different contaminants, including the toxic waste, petroleum, disease causing, and also the disease causing from the microorganisms that spread in the water. Yeah, there are many factors for the water pollution, but I will tell just a few. Yeah, first one, the factors of the water pollution is because of the industrial waste. We know that industry is very important to our country because it can make the economy of our country more bigger and it also can benefit to our country and also us. But these industries can produce a tremendous amount of waste, such as that contains the toxic chemical and also the pollutants that can causing the air pollution and also can damage our environment and us. Yeah. This the waste contain very harmful chemicals, including the lead, mercury, sulfur, nitrates, asbestos, and many others. Many industries have not proper waste management system um, that can drain the waste in the fresh water that which goes into the canals, river, and also lastly into the sea. That can make our water more polluted with the thing like this. Yeah, the toxic chemical also may change the color of the water and also increase the number of minerals called cation that change the temperature of the water and also can pose a several hazard on the water organism. Number two, it is because of the sewage and the wastewater. Okay. The sewage and the wastewater is produced from the each household and treated the chemically and released into the sea along with the fresh water. This sewage water carries pathogens, a typical water pollutant, and other harmful bacteria and chemicals that can cause serious health problems and terrible disease for our health. It because it contains microorganisms in the water unknown that cause some of the very deadly disease and become breeding grounds for creatures that act as a carriers. These carriers can inflict the disease onto individual via viruses form of contact, such as a disease that always happen because of the water that have been polluted is malaria. As we know, many have been disease with the malaria because of this water pollutant. Yeah, and can cause it also cause with accidental oil leakage. Okay. Oil spill poses a huge threat that marine life when a large amount of the oil has spilled into the sea and it doesn't dissolve with the water. It can cause the local marine wildlife, and also including the life of the birds, fish, and other sea otters. Okay. Um, it happens when a ship carrying a large quantity of oil that may spill oil if need be an accident. If the ships in the sea have an accident, the oil, the oil of the ship can leakage from the ship and drawn to the water in the sea. And lastly, it because of the radioactive waste. Okay, radioactive waste is a nuclear energy that produced using nuclear fission or fusion. The element that is used is the production of nuclear energy that's called uranium, which is a highly toxic chemical. And the nuclear waste that is produced by radioactive interior needs to be disposed of prevent any nuclear accident. This nuclear waste can have a serious environmental hazards if it was not disposed with a property. Okay, the effect, I will tell the effect of the water pollution because of the factors. Okay, it can affect the destruction of our biodiversity, okay, which is water pollution depletes aquatic ecosystems and triggers unbridled proliferation of the plankton in lakes. Okay, it also can contamination of the food chain in our uh, life, which is when we fish in the polluted water, the wastewater of the livestock from the farming and agriculture uh, can introduce the toxin into the food, which are harmful to our health when we eat the fish. Okay, lastly, it can give a disease can harm for our body. Okay. WHO, the World Health Organization, has estimates that about 2 million people have no option but to drink water contaminated by excrement, exposing them and to a disease such as cholera, hepatitis A, else. Okay. Um, what I want to say is, citizen, we need to aware of this water pollution because we can prevent it from happen. Okay. There are a few things we can do to prevent this water pollution from happen, such as wastewater treatment and also the green agriculture. Everyone can together make this water pollution from being getting worse. Okay, that's all for me. I give this back to the moderator.
Thank you, Prof. Nidnar Shazadi, for the great opinion. I indeed agree with all the opinion that have been stated by all of the panelists. And now we are going to move to Q&A session. Anyone who have any question, you can open your mic or type in the chat box. Okay, question from Madam Persia. I have a question our panel can answer. Since all of you are knowledgeable about pollution, personally, what will you do with your family to reduce population in our country?
Okay, I will try to to give how to reduce the pollution. For the sound of pollution, the first one, we have to stay away from the noisy area. Noise producing industry from the industries, airports, vehicles should be far from residential areas, as it is very dangerous for infant and senior citizens. And the second one is go green by plan area. Go uh, go green by planting trees. We can plant more trees as they are good noise absorbent. According to studies, it can reduce by 5 to 10 decibels around them. So I think it is enough. So I hope it answer your question. Thank you.
Okay, any question? Any other question?
Hello guys. Can I ask questions which are for Prof. Wani? How to prevent water pollution? Thank you.
Okay. Just like I said that there are too many things we can do to prevent this water pollution from happening, such as water wastewater treatment, uh, which is this wastewater treatment is consists of a removing pollutant from wastewater through a physical, chemical, or biological process. The more efficient this process, the cleaner the water becomes. You can see the example for the water pollution that has happened at the at the Klang River. Before this, the Klang River is very dirty with all the uh, all the garbage, all the thing that have been thrown into the river, and everyone everyone together, they clean. They take action by clean that river. Um, what have I seen is there are 75 um, no 75,000 more like that. The wastewater that waste have been thrown in the water, um, in the river, in the Klang River, and they take action by cleaning that river, and now the river have been so clean that everyone that doesn't make any bad smell or doesn't make the water be polluted by any other things such as other garbage or anything. Okay, that's all.
Any other question maybe? Okay, so here we have come to the end. To conclude, I assume that many of nations do not take our Earth seriously. They are used to their bad habit of throwing rubbish everywhere and anywhere as long as they feel comfortable. For an example, look at the river in Malaysia. It's no longer clear, crystal blue in color, and along our street full of rubbish without the dustbin, right? Is that the government wrong or the community carelessness? No matter how, it still will come back to us by physically harming from the air they breathe and the water they drink, and by mentally feel stressed out and get tempered easier. When this attacking us, our standard of lifestyle will be dropping. Thank you everyone. We appreciate you being here. Thanks again for joining us today, and we will see you next time. Okay, don't forget to fill your attendance by the form in the chat box below. Thank you.